Boom! What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Fares Muthana, and welcome to another great edition of Good Friends, Better Rivals. Today we are doing our post-match streams. It is Sunday. Both of our teams played at 10 a.m., so we both watched their games early morning. If you joined on the play-by-play earlier today, the New York Giants, you would know what happened to them. But we're also going to be talking about shut up, Caleb. All right. We're also going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. It was a bloodbath. Don't let the score fool you. It was a bloodbath. But without further ado, the guy who's smiling ear to ear, thinking he's just smelled roses, is my main man, Caleb. Caleb, how are you, bro? I can't hear you. Hello?
Oh,
Oh, you
sorry. I'm
muted
freaking
yourself.
awesome. Sorry, I was on mute.
You're so excited you forgot you
I
couldn't talk.
know. That's how excited I am. We just kicked the ass, baby.
Well, it is the Jets, dude.
I don't give a damn. We could lose to anybody. We almost lost to the Giants.
Yeah, you did lose to the Bears.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be excited about anyone.
Yeah, that's just a good point. That's a good point. But yeah, so Caleb, break it down for me, man. Um, you came in, you on a rebuild, not on a rebuild. I don't know what they're doing.
We just
I
suck.
don't know.
I
They
mean,
yeah, they stink. Yeah, they stink. They straight up stink. So early on, you put it on them. You put it on them early. You're up 23-3 at one point. What were you seeing that you were really happy about?
the
What's up to the
obviously
Rogue Pod?
I knew that the offense was going to look good against the Jets. We've been playing really great. So what I was really happy about was the defensive pressure. I mean, we actually got pressure on Justin Fields. I don't care who they had out there. The fact that we got any pressure against anybody is extremely surprising. Considering I didn't expect anything from them. Justin Houston has a great game. He's the only one that has been getting pressure all season. He gets like a couple sacks in there. We sacked Justin Field 5 times today. Yeah, consistent pressure on the quarterback. I mean, I never thought that was going to happen, even against the worst teams in the league. I just thought this team was not going to get pressure, and that's exactly what we did. And that's what helped us win this game. But the other part is that why can't we just get both things fixed? I mean, as when we had the run game fixed, we couldn't get any pressure in the pass game. We were getting exploited there, but now
Mhm.
we get pressure and we look better in the pass game. But now we can't stop the run anymore. I mean, Bryce Hall was going right through the middle, getting chunks of yardage, and we had just a tough time tackling him. Yeah, I just don't understand why we just can't get both things, both the run defense and the pass rush, put together in the same game. But I mean, you got to like what you saw at least from the first half. Obviously, they're gonna throw the ball a lot in the second half after down so much.
Mhm.
But at least in
Mhm.
the first half, I mean, that looked like an actual NFL defense, which we have not looked like all season.
Well, let's bring it that defensive that Cowboys defense, Caleb, recorded a 50.9% pressure rate in week 5 over the Jets, the highest mark of the 2025 season. You averaged 2.3 seconds to generate pressure, their fastest time of the year. 12 different Cowboy defenders recorded at least one pressure in the game, with nearly every defensive player who rushed the passer, 12 of 14 successfully generating pressure. Dante Fowler Jr. recorded 8 pressures on 26 pass rushes, tied for second most in a game in his career since 2018. 6 of Fowler's pressures came under 2.5 seconds, tied for most in a game since 2018. And James Houston also recorded 5 pressures in the game, tied for the most in his career. So
Yeah,
there's that.
yeah, it's so surprising that they finally woke up. They finally did something right. Um, getting the pass rush on the edges. Yeah, I don't. I guess whatever they did. I think what was part of it is we started playing man coverage with the DBs. A lot of it was zone coverage before. We didn't play any man coverage, and then we finally
Uh-huh.
we have man corners. I mean, they should be playing man coverage. Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs out there, healthy together.
Reminds me kind of the New York Giants, interestingly enough.
So I think that really helped them because they were on their guys, and I think that's why Justin Fields had to hold on to the ball so long because I think the guys were holding up in man coverage.
Mm-hmm.
and it gave the defense opportunities to get those pressures. Because he, obviously Judge Bills wasn't seeing what he wanted and had to hold on the ball and he gets sacked. So yeah, definitely, I think that was the big shift and the reason why we got pressure versus playing zone and basically getting beat over the top or not the safeties not knowing the hell they're doing. So I think that was the biggest difference and why we got pressure this game.
5 sacks that were generated by the Cowboys. Let me go to it. Where are the sacks? There's no sacks. What?
We got 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but they're not updating this. Oh, there's my bad. I was looking at the wrong column. I was looking at interceptions. All right, 1 for Sam Williams, 1.5 for James Houston, 1 for Ozzy Adigizua, and half a sack for Kenny Clark, and 1 sack for Dante Fowler. Those are your 5 sacks on the day. Let's move over to the offense, Caleb. The offense looked like it was humming. George Pickens was shadowed by Sauce Gardner for
Yeah,
most of the day.
Sauce was, he was giving them a rough time for most of the
Yeah.
game. Yeah, doing a good job on George Pickens, wasn't really letting him get any separation there, except for one play, the play
Mhm.
that we needed, which was a long deep pass where he got away from him, and George Pickens catches a touchdown. I mean, he only caught 2 balls, but one was for a deep pass for a touchdown. So
Mhm.
that's the only one he really needed to get.
He was only targeted 4 times in coverage. 2 of them were in Gardner's coverage. He caught 1 of them, and for 57 yards and a 43-yard
But
score. So
yeah, that
most of his yards came on that one catch. Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
but since kind of Sauce Gardner was kind of taking care of George Pickens, but that didn't matter because we just went to the other side and we were burning them all day with Ryan Flanoy. He had an awesome game today, coming out of freaking nowhere. Gets over 100 yards. Like Dak was just getting him the ball. He was making some great catches downfield. Very surprising coming from Floyd. Didn't really expect anything from this guy. We had a ton of injuries on offense. I mean, we have 4 offensive linemen hurt. We have 2 receivers out. We have CeeDee Lamb hurt. We have Kavonte Turpin out. So we don't got no deep ball. We don't got CeeDee to get open. Dak has to get rid of the ball so fast because all the offensive linemen are hurt, and he still manages to get it to the open guy. And that's what Dak's best at, just getting into the open guy. And today, that was Ryan Flanoy, and that was great to see.
Southeast Missouri State. Southeast Missouri State. 9 catches, 114, no touchdowns, unfortunately, but he had a great game. He was the beneficiary of the shadow coverage from Sauce Gardner. He accounted for a team high 39.6 share of the Cowboys' air yards. He totaled multiple receptions, gained 50 or more yards against both Brandon Stevens and Malachi Moore. He got 56 on Stevens and 50 on Malachi Moore. And then the other beneficiary, Caleb, is none other than the big tight end in the middle, Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson had 7 catches, 49 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
So that's
shout out to Pay the Bills. Sorry for pay the Bills, Rogue Pod. I saw the game. I'm so sorry.
I think they expected that.
Yeah, but the only beneficiary for you guys probably, if someone has a backbone, you fire your head coach. That's all I gotta say. But just like mine.
Yeah. So the Jake Ferguson, obviously, I think
Hey Leo, how are you?
that's just going to happen every game, no matter what's going on with everybody else. I mean, Dak Prescott is going to find
Loves Jake Ferguson,
and
which helps my fantasy team. I'm not gonna lie to you.
back healthy. He's looking good. I mean, he's basically playing the Jason Witten role, just kind of catching it, and
He's engaged.
open. So yeah, he looks great out there.
Oh yeah, Colts wanted to blow out to Alex. Shut up, Alex.
But then, I mean, a guy again. We didn't expect anything coming into the season. Was Javonte Williams? He having a huge run. We thought he had no burst, but apparently he still has some burst in those legs because he took off, almost caught a touchdown. But man, that dude runs hard. He looks good. Even with 4 off the linemen hurt, he still manages to have some punishing runs.
16 carries, 135 and a touchdown for Javonte Williams. A 66-yard run with 29 seconds left remaining in the first half. That's probably the one you were talking about. He's forced 7 missed tackles. gained 76 yards after missed tackles, both season highs. He also generated 92 yards after contact and contributed to his 356 yards after contact on rushing attempts this year. Second most in the NFL entering Sunday. So he was second most entering Sunday. He's probably going to be first after Sunday, generating 92 yards after contact. He looks good. When
I mean,
in
I think
doubt,
he's
Caleb.
top 5 in yardage by now,
Yeah.
right?
When in doubt, draft a North Carolina running back. Because people were like, Omarion Hampton isn't going to look good. And then he looks good when you give him the rock. Javonte Williams is looking good too. Let's see if he can keep it, right? It's good, it's good to have a good moment, but can you sustain it? Can you sustain it? Yes, Alex says no teams in the NFL this season remain undefeated now other than the Bills now. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But the Bills are gonna lose a game because
Yeah.
their defense isn't as good as people think it is. The way Lamar Jackson sliced them up, they should have lost week one. That's all I gotta say is they should have lost week one. But yeah, so they're not as good as some people think they are. You know what I mean? So Bills are gonna lose because every year the 72 Dolphins are the only undefeated team in NFL history. And every year after the last undefeated team falls, they pop champagne. Larry Zonka, Mercury Morris, they pop the champagne because unlike somebody in our Discord who tried to give credit to the Patriots for going undefeated, the undefeated season in the NFL has to include a Super Bowl victory. Suge Knight. Yeah, I outed him. I don't care. I outed him. So yeah, it was a great game, man. But the Jets are in
Yeah,
shambles.
it's the Jets.
Yeah,
But still, I mean, even though it's the Jets, like I keep harping on this, we had 4 offensive linemen hurt, like
yeah.
that, 2 receivers hurt. So you can say it's the Jets, but I mean, we might as well. I mean, besides the quarterback play, obviously, but the rest of the team might as well have been the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
What we were
Honestly,
working with,
Caleb, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. If this was Robert Saleh's Jets, I think you lose
maybe. I mean,
because of the
obviously
because because of the
they
offensive
don't have
lineman.
that defense. They don't have that defense no more. That defense looks horrible.
Exactly, because I think Robert Saleh's a better defensive play caller. Him and Jeff Ulbrich are better defensive play callers than this crew, I guess. And you're proving it because what Niners defense and Atlanta's defense, they're kind of good-ish in Atlanta, but the San Francisco's back. Their defense is back. I mean, if you watch them on Thursday night, they look pretty good. Looks pretty good. But yeah, man, they didn't take advantage of your 4 down offensive linemen. They didn't take advantage of it. And this is a defensive line that still has some pieces. Jermaine Johnson is still there. Quentin Williams is still there. So they have pieces to take advantage of that. They just didn't. They
That's what
didn't
I'm
do it.
saying. Like it may be the Jets, but it's still comparing to what we have. It's very comparable to what we
It's
were
very
working with.
comparable to the Jets.
Yes.
Your
So the
backups are
fact
very
that
comparable to the
we
Jets.
put 37 up, I'm gonna take that all day and be excited about that.
Yeah.
Because that's all credit to Schottenheimer's game plan. Great game plan. He drew up some really good plays.
So
Uh,
Caleb,
so yeah, I give a lot of credit to the coaching staff of going into this game, knowing
here it
that they
is.
were going to missing these guys
Yes.
and getting into the guys that they knew were going to
Yes.
make plays.
So Caleb, are you gonna finally admit that you're gonna eat crow for this head coacher? This coaching staff?
Well, I never
You
talked bad
literally
about him.
you literally said, why the hell did we hire him?
Yes, I questioned it. That doesn't mean I said anything. I was always hesitant to shit on him and say he was going to be bad. I always said, let's wait and see. I haven't told you before. We don't know. We don't know if he's a bad coach. Everybody's saying he's a bad coach and he's a
That's
bad
true.
hire. But I did say, like, I'll wait and see because we don't know. I said we do not know if he's good or
So
not.
so thumbs up, thumbs
Well,
up
so far, what
so
he's
far.
tasked to do, yes. I mean, as far as obviously, a head coach needs to take care of everything. He needs to,
Mm-hmm.
make decisions on the defensive side of the ball as well. Even though he is the offensive play
Mm-hmm.
caller, and majority of his work is going to be on that side of the ball. But I mean, he is the head coach. He's supposed to manage all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as what he's tasked to do right now, being the offensive guy, minded guy, he's doing a really great job. And offense is one of the tops in the league right now.
Yes.
And that's
I
a
believe
lot of
that
credit to him.
That's 37, 40, 14, 40, 20.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's pretty good.
You had one bad week
One bad week, yeah.
in Chicago. The first week, I think your
It was a
momentum
good
is
week. It was just the momentum stopped after the,
the
the
lightning
delay.
strike. I
Yeah,
think both of you were both teams' offenses kind of stalled out, and then literally the only difference was the turnover by Miles
yeah.
Sanders. But yeah, so 37, 40, 14, 40. He's looking good. Brian Schottenheimer's looking good. Shout out to his father, Marty Schottenheimer. You get the gleam, men. You get the gleam. Let's go out there and get the gleam. Shout out to Marty Schottenheimer. I think, God rest your soul, I think he passed away. Hold on, let me double check. I don't want to kill Marty Schottenheimer.
Well, like I said, it was the Jets, but as we get healthier, obviously we're going to be even better against even obviously when we face better teams.
God rest your soul, Marty.
So yeah, we're hurt right now. A lot of injuries that we're dealing with on the offensive side. So once we get healthy, we'll be able to do this. Even against like we did last week against the Packers defense, or what we did against the Eagles defense, against better defenses. When we're all healthy, we can still put up the same amount of points.
All right. So let's move on. I think we've dissected the Cowboys pretty well.
Yeah.
So good game all around. Let's talk about the New York Giants. The New York Giants, once again, fooled me again. They did it again. They fooled me again.
I told you. I told you that they were going to lose. I said, this is the one game that the Saints are going to get up for and they're going to want to win because they know they can win.
That just proves that they're losers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we can't win. We couldn't win against the Niners, and we couldn't win against. But the Giants were gonna. You should try to win every game. You're a loser. You're a loser.
They were a winner today.
Yeah, they were a winner today. Two losers in the Superdome, basically. They're both 1-4 now. The Giants start out hot. Back-to-back drives, touchdowns. They were up, 14-3. Like right away, they were up 14-3. And then the Giants stall out back-to-back drives. Darius Slayton. That's the story of the day. He drops Caleb. He catches. It's a deep shot. I thought, Jackson probably missed him, right? The replay, he catches the ball, Caleb. And then he lets it go as he's falling down.
Yeah.
He's not even a wide receiver 2 anymore.
He wasn't ever.
I think he was. But now he's no more.
On a team with no receivers.
He was actually receiver 1, unfortunately, with that team. He's a receiver 3. He's someone you can't count on. You can't count. That's the play you got to make. Larry Fitzgerald makes that play. A.J. Brown makes that play.
He's not A.J. Brown.
See, I know, Caleb. That's what I'm trying to do. That's receiver 1s. You make that play. Darius Slayton had the ball in his hands, and it's not even like, but like any receiver should make that play, Caleb. Any receiver. The ball is literally in your hands. You stall out the drive. Okay, you punt. That's fine. You punt. That's fine. You punt the ball. It's good. It's fine. Okay, then you punt again. Another drop pass. You punt again. You throw it to Devin Singletary. He drops it. You stall out. Okay, that's fine. So touchdown, punt. Yeah, that happens in the NFL. Then catastrophe strikes. Back-to-back fumbles. One on Darius Slayton. He doesn't corral the ball. He doesn't tuck it in as he's running. Demario Davis punches it out. They get the ball back. Then Jackson Dart fumbles. The ball literally just falls out of his hand because he thinks about running, and he's running the ball as he's like running like this. He should have tucked it in, and it just falls, and they can recover it. But here's the crazy thing, Caleb.
What's that?
We're still only down by 2 at halftime.
Well, you're already playing the Saints.
Exactly. We're still only down by 2. Fourth quarter hits. We're down 19-14. Only down 5. Only down 5. Cam Scatterboot, game's over. He fumbles the ball. And this fumble is a direct touchdown. They scoop it up, score right away. Direct touchdown. In a fantasy world, Caleb, you're like, oh, it's 26-14. You're only down 12 with 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Most NFL teams would be like, oh, we still have a chance to win this game.
And that one's with the rookie quarterback in the second game.
Exactly. And with no receivers.
Yeah.
You have no receivers. They know you have to pass the ball. You can't run the ball anymore. You need to score. And he throws 2 interceptions. 5 turnovers on the day. That was the key. 5 turnovers. The defense bent. They didn't break. They bent. They gave up a couple of field goals. They did give up that big touchdown play to Rashid Shaheed. But outside of that, it was bend, not break. Blake Groupie kept you in the game because he missed 2 field goals.
Damn, so it could be worse?
It could have been worse. So if you add his 2 missed field goals, that's 32 points. 32-14.
Damn, that would have been a super blowout then.
Yeah. So the game is still there. Your defense bent, didn't break. And the offense did nothing because there's no receivers. They have no receivers whatsoever. Jackson Dart's a rookie. The offense stalled out. Mental mistakes, Caleb. They had, I believe, let me check the penalties. They had not 8 penalties for 95 yards. The Saints had 7 penalties for 45 yards. It's the specific penalties you get. We had 3 pass interference penalties on 3 different cornerbacks. Adebo got one, Phillips got one, and Tay Banks got one. 3 defensive pass interferences. And then Brian Burns, neutral zone infraction. That's okay. You got a little too eager. That's fine. But it's the defensive pass interferences that kept their drives alive. There was one drive, Caleb, where they didn't need to do a play. It was back-to-back penalties. And they got down to the 50. Like that. Because of it. Spencer Rattler, Caleb, in his press conference this week, said this. If we can block their pressure, we're good. Because their back end isn't special.
No, it's not.
And he was correct.
It's not close. It's awful.
1 sack. The Giants got 1 sack. I don't know. I need to check the pressures. Let me check the pressures. I got to check the pressures because, the pressures, right, guys? We got to do the pressures, correct?
Are you sure they got a sack? Because I'm seeing 0.
Oh, 0. My bad. I was looking at sacks allowed. I apologize. The Giants gave up a sack.
So they got 0 sacks.
Yeah.
With that defensive line.
0 sacks with that defensive line. Abdul Carter generated 6 pressures on 23 pass attempts, coming under 2.5 seconds. They used spread formation a lot. Didn't work. Yeah, nothing. They haven't updated the stats yet. Like they did Dallas. They updated the stats very quickly for Dallas. But the Giants, the stats are still coming in.
Yeah, I mean that's what what I seen from Rattler. He's okay. Like he's not like terrible. He was obviously good enough to. He's
a fine quarterback. He's not gonna win you a game.
But when I've been seeing, obviously he's lost every single game except now you let him win his first game against the Giants.
Yes,
but he hasn't played like terribly. He doesn't look like just like complete trash out there. He's like You know,
Yeah.
he gets it down the field and does okay. He just doesn't. They don't score very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, it's rookie head coach. It's Kellen Moore. He had Dennis Allen for his first 2 years in the NFL. Dennis Allen is not a good head coach. Everyone knows that. So he had settled with Dennis Allen. He thought he was going to get Sean Payton. But then Sean Payton retired. And then came back to go with Denver. So Spencer Rattler was like, "Oh man, I got Dennis Allen." It's like, "Yeah, you got Dennis Allen." And this is what happened. But then now Kellen Moore's here. The Giants also too, they just can't tackle. Kendre, is it Kendre?
Kendra
I think
Miller,
Kendry. It's Kendry.
That's
Kendry.
Kendra.
Yeah, it's Kendon Dre. So I think it's Kendre. Just shrugging off tackles. It should be a 1 yard gain. It became a 4 yard gain. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. They just couldn't tackle.
I didn't know Taysom Hill was still on the team.
Yeah, he's still on the team. He was hurt he's been hurt since last year. This was his first game. But then, with the Giants defense, there's only one good part of the defense, and it is the defensive line. When that's not working, the defense sucks.
Pretty much.
That's it is. Because last week, people are like, "Oh, what happened last week?" I'll tell you what happened last week. Justin Herbert lost 3 offensive linemen. Joe Alt got hurt. Their guard got hurt. Their other guard got hurt. And then they took advantage of it. This offensive line, it's their starting offensive line.
Yeah, we went over. We went over on the preview. They were like they were pretty good.
Yeah.
They were young, but they were
young.
decent.
Eric McCoy, Talisi Fuaga, Kelvin Banks Jr., the rookie. The Talisi, I think I'm saying his name. Talisi Fuaga.
Yeah.
Fuaga. I think it was Talisi Fuaga, the Oregon State kid. I've known him since he was at Oregon State. He's the right tackle. Banks is their left tackle. He's a rookie. And then they had Eric McCoy, and I think Cesar Ruiz. I think they had one player that wasn't a starter. I think it was Simpkins the third, Oselli. So he was the rookie. Let me just double check. I want to double check, make sure I got the name right. Here's the depth chart. Yeah, it was so yeah, right here. Here's Talisi, Cesar Ruiz, Eric McCoy, Kelvin Banks Jr., and then right here, Torselli Simpkins the third. He's actually their third guard. Because it's Trevor Penning, Dylan Randez, and then it's Troy Selly. Troy Selly started at left guard. So they had a rookie, their backup guard, their starting center, starting guard, starting right tackle. And they held up. The defense did not do anything. They almost got there, but they didn't do anything. You know what I mean? I think also, too, a couple of the plays weren't deemed as sacks because there was one play where it's QB draws. It was like a QB draw or something so they don't get as sacks. They get TFLs. So not getting a lot of sacks doesn't really mean anything here because a lot of Spencer Rattler, he ran a lot and some QB draws. So those are run plays technically. So you don't get a sack on those. But they stopped him in the backfield multiple times. I know that for a fact. But they bent. They bent a lot, especially the back end. They bent a lot. And they got lucky with the 2 missed field goals. They should have got 32. The DBs are not very good. Paulson Adebo, former Saint, was being cooked by his former teammates. Rashid Shaheed, why are you putting a safety on Rashid Shaheed? I don't know. But I'm not, but what do I know, right? What do I know? I'm just a fan, right, Caleb?
Yeah.
I'm just a fan, right? I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You're a fan of a really, really bad team.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the problem is, Caleb, the game was there to be won. That's the problem. But bad teams find ways to lose. The Saints did it against the Niners when they had a chance to win, but then Alvin Kamara fumbled. And the Giants had a chance to win here. Cam Scatterboo fumbled. Darius Slayton fumbled. Jackson Dart fumbled. First game losing 3 fumbles since 2020 against Arizona.
Yeah.
Just Brian Daboll got, if the Eagles blow out the Giants on Thursday, it's over.
I mean, you just lost to the Saints. You don't think it's over now?
I think it's over now, but I think they're going to give him to the Eagles game. But
Do you think they're going to fire him after the Eagles?
yeah, why not? Because I would fire him now.
Yeah, I mean, he should be fired.
But who do you replace him with?
Anybody?
Mike Kafka?
Anybody? You?
Shoot, me? Maybe. I think Mike Kafka gets the job. They fire him and they bring in Mike Kafka. But the thing is, Caleb, you also got to fire the GM because ain't no way. You know what? You know what people think they should do? People have been saying online they should fire Brian Daboll and Joe Shane and give the interim jobs to Brandon Brown and Mike Kafka. You know what I mean? And then you also fire Shane Bowen. But then who do you give the defensive play calling duties to? You give it to Andre Patterson? He's the best coach on the, well, yeah, by default, I guess.
Antonio Pierce still out there?
Yeah, he's unemployed. Yeah.
There.
But do you hire him?
You don't hire him. But it's a good interim.
Well, you Jeff Saturday him? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, you didn't just say he was a head coach.
Yeah, he was a head coach. Yeah. It's true. Damn, they stink, bro. They stink. Like, literally, man, the roster sucks. That's Joe Shane's fault. Team is undisciplined. The penalties up the wazoo. Penalties, we lead the league in penalties. I think, in yards. That's on the head coach. Offense sucks, but the problem is, of course, the offense sucks when you have no receivers.
No receivers. You got Cam Scatterboo.
Hey. He's our only bright spot. He actually played
He's
very well. He played very well outside.
You just said he fumbled.
Yeah, he fumbled once. Yes, that's correct.
I mean, he can't be fumbling. I mean, his game is to be a power running back.
Yeah.
Those guys not supposed to fumble.
Yeah. Brian Brzee with the punch. It was a very good punch by Brian Brzee. Yeah, the offense sucks. The defense stinks. You need to fire them. They need to be going. But the thing is, who do you give the reins to? That's the problem. Who do you call? Who does John Mara call? Because the problem with John Mara is, unfortunately, John Mara got bigger problems to fry than the New York Giants right now.
What did you give up for Burns?
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't think that's hurting you?
Nah, it was our late second and like a third, I think.
Well, you said you don't have any talent. You think, I mean, if he's not producing.
No. The problem, Caleb, it's not because we don't have any talent. We had picks. The problem is the GM isn't picking the right players. It's not that we don't have picks. He didn't pick the right players. He drafts Tay Banks instead of waiting for Joey Porter Jr. You drafted a corner specific for a scheme, and then you fire the defensive coordinator that the scheme fit this kid for. He was scheme specific. Those players don't work out unless you run that scheme. Because the defensive coordinator that you drafted him for is now at the University of Michigan. Joey Porter Jr. wasn't scheme specific. He was just a cornerback.
Yeah.
Tay Banks was he's athletic. He's a man corner. I could develop him under Wink's scheme. Then you fire Wink Martindale after his rookie year. And then you're like, why is Tay Banks bad? You drafted him specifically for your defensive coordinator who you fired. Of course, he didn't develop to anything good.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I mean, you guys have 2 top 10 picks as pass rushers, and then you traded, like you said, 2 seconds for
Okay, no,
the
I
other
actually
big pass
no.
rusher.
It was actually worse for the Panthers.
What was it?
We traded a second, a fifth, and a fifth pick swap.
Okay, so
So second and a
you
fifth.
put that. I'm just. Well, I guess my point is you put a lot of resources into
The defensive
these
line.
pass rushers, and you got 0 sacks today against the Saints.
That's a problem. That's a problem. That's not okay. It's not okay. You have 4 first-round picks, Caleb, counting Dexter Lawrence, who was drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
You have 4 of them. 4 of them, and you got 0 sacks. That's a problem. Your back end sucks. I know it. You know it. My mama know it. Brian Daboll knows it. Everyone knows it. But do you know how you help a bad back line, Caleb?
How's that?
A great pass rush. Because it makes them not cover the receiver long enough. Because the pass rush gets there. You speed up Spencer Rattler. Brodney yelled at me for an entire week. Fares, pressures matter because you speed up the quarterback and he speeds up and he throws an interception. Okay, you're right. But you're not getting them.
I guess you have to actually that can actually intercept.
Yeah. But also, too, is why are you giving them so much space? So much space, these receivers. They play back so much.
Because they don't want to get beat.
Banks. That's the scheme, bro. Stop giving them that much space, bro. Yeah, Chuck. Apparently the Giants didn't know it. Yeah, exactly. The Giants didn't know it. Because Tay Banks he didn't keep inside leverage on a slot receiver. What do they tell you every time, Caleb? You played linebacker. Do you play defensive end, correct, Caleb?
Yeah.
But you also know that what do they always say for DBs? You probably listen to keep inside leverage.
No, I didn't really listen to anybody else's.
Okay, well, yeah, you are a defensive end. That's true.
They just kind of said keep contained and go after the quarterback.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Me, I always listen to everything. They would tell the corners keep inside leverage because you don't want to be beat on the inside because that's a direct pass to the first. And then on the outside corner is keep inside leverage. Use the boundary to your advantage. Use the out of bounds to your advantage. So you got to keep inside leverage. None of these corners are keeping inside leverage. Jackson Dart's a rookie. He had a bad game. Expected it. He threw both of his interceptions. He was rolling out, trying to make a play. He throws it deep and gets picked off. It happens. He was trying to make a play. No one was open because he has no receivers. Maybe Daniel Jones was right. Maybe the receivers do just suck, and he couldn't find anybody downfield.
Well, that's what I've been saying for years.
He's looking good in Indianapolis. They dropped 40 tonight.
Yeah, it looked real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying Brian Burns 5 years, $150. They all need to be fired, bro. Get them out of here. They need to be gone, man.
Yeah. They suck. Giants suck.
They suck.
Yeah.
They suck.
I'm happy. That was a good day.
By the way, they only had 2 healthy running backs. 2.
I mean, we only
He's
have
done,
2
bro.
healthy
He's
running
done.
backs, too.
Huh?
We only have 2 healthy running backs.
Exactly. That's worse. Joe Shane, Caleb, literally said, I'm not going to pay Xavier McKinney. I'm not going to pay Julian Love. I'm going to trade Leonard Williams. But you know what I'm going to do, Caleb? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay Darius Slayton.
That was a mistake.
Who's making decisions in that room? That's a fireable offense, bro.
Wasn't it Joan Shane's daughter or something?
No, I mean his son.
or his son? Isn't that who makes the decisions?
Nah, bro. Because if it is, then get rid of the entire family. Like, for real, bro.
I mean, this is going to even turn out to be a better day because the Commanders are down 10-0. The Eagles just lost, and the Giants lost, and the Cowboys win. I mean, what a great day.
At least I can find solace in my enemy's pain. But the Eagles are about to beat the shit out of us on Thursday night. So how much solace can I find? This is the get right game for A.J. Brown. If A.J. Brown doesn't have 100 yards against the New York Giants.
Did he not have a good game? Again?
Did he have a good game against the
I have no
Broncos?
idea.
No, I don't think he did. Because Patrick Surtain was.
Let's see. He had 5 catches, 43 yards. So
Yeah, that's not
really.
a good game, bro. No, come on. Patrick Surtain Jr. is like the boogeyman to these receivers. I mean, the way they talk about this man, it's like he's like killed somebody, or like he's gonna kill somebody. You know what I mean? Like the way he's in their heads, it's insane. Literally, here's the quote, Caleb. Here's the quote from Spencer Rattler. On the back end, they don't do as much as we have seen for these other teams, disguise-wise. They got their wrinkles and everything. They run what they do well. He literally said, your back end sucks.
Yeah, we already knew that.
We already knew that, man. Black Monday should start this Monday. You know how like Black Monday happens in January?
Yeah.
Where like 8 coaches end up getting fired on that Monday. Black Monday should start this.
Unless you're like the Cowboys and wait like 5 weeks.
Yeah. Or like the Giants have that like that BS way of doing things like we don't do that. We don't do that here with the Giants. Like no, fire him right now. The problem is you keep doing that and it's not working. So start doing stuff differently. They're like, we like giving them the year. We don't like firing people. If you're going to fire him at the end of the year, what's the difference between firing him now and the end of the year? What's the difference? There's no difference.
Did you fire Joe Judge in the middle of the year?
No, we fired him after the year.
Oh, well, that was dumb. What about McAdoo?
After.
Oh.
Those are mistakes. Yeah. Hold on, let me double check though. I feel like we because they don't do that because they're like, we're the Giants. We don't do that. The other teams do that. The bad run franchises do that. You're a badly run franchise. What are you talking about? The only thing separating you and Jacksonville is your 4 Super Bowls from the past. And Jacksonville looks like it's run slightly better than you. Shout out to my Jacksonville Jaguar fans. Shout out to you. No disrespect. Don't go after me, please.
They look a lot better than the Giants right now.
I know. They look great. They look way better than the Giants. Way better. Let me see Ben McAdoo. Let me see. Did he get the full year with the Giants? He got 12 games, so he got fired 4 games left, I guess. So 4 games left. He got fired.
So you have to wait, 8 more games?
Yeah, so Joe Judge was fired. Joe Judge is actually the QB coach for Ole Miss, which is hilarious. He was actually Jackson Dart's QB coach. Joe Judge got the full year. He got 17 games. Let's see Pat Shurmur. These are all the coaches post Tom Coughlin. He was actually born in Dearborn, Michigan. I didn't know that. Oh, shout out to you, Pat Shurmur. He was given, the entire year. He went 4-12. They're going to give him the end of the year. They shouldn't, but they're going to do that. And then they'll reassess later. But they need to reassess now. Just cut the cord. Season's over. Keep it moving. Giants stink. They stink. But, that does it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful time. Thank you.
I had a wonderful time.
Shut up, Caleb. Caleb, where can people find you?
You can find me at NFLKS12 on Instagram and Twitter/X. You can find me on this channel doing better than NFL on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. And you can find me here smiling because we won.
Who against next week?
The Panthers.
Well, I wouldn't count that as a victory.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won actually today.
Oh,
They
wow.
came back.
They came
They
back.
came back. Yeah. Xavier Legette caught a touchdown pass.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We'll
Thank you so much.
we'll preview that on Friday.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful time. Appreciate you. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace out.